Deuteronomy 8. Yahweh your God led you this 40 years in the wilderness to humble you and test you, to know what was in your heart, whether you would keep his commandments or not. So he humbled you and allowed you to hunger, and fed you with manna, which you did not know, nor did your fathers, that he might make you know that not by bread alone man shall live, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of Yahweh man lives. You should know in your heart that as a man chastens his son, so Yahweh your God chastens you. When you have eaten and are full, then you shall bless Yahweh your God for the good land which he has given you. Beware that you do not forget Yahweh your God. Then you say in your heart, my power and the might of my hand have gained me this wealth. You shall remember Yahweh your God, for it is he who gives you power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant which he swore. And it shall be, if by any means you forget Yahweh your God, and follow after other gods, and serve them and worship them, I testify against you this day that surely you shall perish. Deuteronomy 9. Yahweh your God is he who goes over before you as a consuming fire. It is not because of your righteousness or the uprightness of your heart that you go in to possess the land, but because of the wickedness of these nations that Yahweh your God drives them out from before you. Deuteronomy 10. What does Yahweh your God require of you but to fear Yahweh your God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve Yahweh your God with all your heart and with all your soul, and to keep commandments of Yahweh, and to keep the commandments of Yahweh and his statutes, which I command you today for your good. Indeed, heaven and the highest heavens, the earth with all that is in it, belong to Yahweh your God. Therefore circumcise the foreskin of your heart, and no longer be stiff-necked. For Yahweh your God is God of gods and Lord of lords, the great, mighty, and awesome God, who regards not persons, nor takes a bribe. He administers justice for the fatherless and the widow, and loves the stranger, giving him food and clothing. Therefore love the stranger, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. He is your praise, he is your God, who has done for you great and awesome things. Deuteronomy 11. Therefore you shall love Yahweh your God, and keep his charge and his statutes and his judgments and his commandments all the time. For if you carefully keep all this commandment which I command you to do, to love Yahweh your God, to walk in all his ways, and to hold fast to him, then Yahweh will drive out all these nations from before you, and you will dispossess nations greater and mightier than yourselves. Deuteronomy 12. You shall utterly destroy all the places where the nations which you shall dispossess served their gods. You shall not worship Yahweh your God with such things. For every abomination to Yahweh which he hates, they have done to their gods. For even their sons and daughters they burn in the fire to their gods.